Hey Heaven Heads, Lady J here. Before we get into today's episode, I just wanted to apologize to all of you. There was a problem with my mic during the recording of this episode. My voice sounds like it's been put through a filter meant to protect my identity or something like that. It's kind of weird. You can still understand everything I'm saying and certainly hear me. It just sounds kind of weird. So I apologize for that. Some technical difficulties. We've resolved them, I promise. So enjoy. Thanks.
Hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast, where we are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T. What happened?
My mouth died.
No such thing.
My mouth, what's spasmed?
Yeah.
You know, like when your muscles spasms like that.
Yeah, that happens to me.
Oh no. This does not bode well for this episode. How are you, T?
I'm great.
Did you even get to say auntie, or did I fuck it up?
No. You're fine.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I don't know. I felt like I was fine until we started talking.
No, I think you're solid. You know what I realized? I keep saying I'm great. No one's going to believe me.
Yeah, you got to pepper it in with some not so great.
Yeah, I should be like, nah. Zai. All right.
We just need to dive right in to this episode because I am beside myself.
Oh, but why? What happened?
Do you see me in front of you? I am beside that.
I wish everybody saw this, other than me.
I mean, holy shit. This is episode 921.
Yeah.
Titled Mi Familia, Part 1.
Just call it Fatal Attraction, dude.
What? I love you so much right now.
This Rose character scares the shit out of me. She really scares me.
Do we know her from something?
I know she's done a bunch of random things in different movies.
Really familiar.
No, she's definitely familiar. I'm forgetting what she has done. I know I've seen her face in a lot of like B movies, for sure.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember what.
Oddly enough, in B movie starring Jerry Seinfeld.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Sorry, it was like right there.
So funny.
I'll just go sit in the corner.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Oh, you think I'm baby?
No.
I am the baby.
Am I Patrick Swayze?
Ooh, we could make sweet, sweet dance music together.
And then we can put that up on our Instagram account.
Dude, if you're down, I'm down.
Stop it.
I know that routine like the back of my fucking hand, okay?
It's one of the best ones.
It's truly my favorite movie of
Yeah,
all
if someone
time.
can lift me like Patrick Swayze does.
Ugh, I know. That's the dream. The dream is that lift.
Dude, his back
You
is...
have a boyfriend. He totally could lift you like that, you weirdo.
Okay, now stand in the corner and catch me.
But first, let me sexily dance in front of you while you're on your knees.
All of that. Oh man,
I could literally write a thesis about Dirty Dancing. I love that movie so much.
I wish you hadn't seen it so we can add it to the Patreon.
I know, right? How fun would it have been my first time watching it being on microphone?
I know. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got chills. So the Amazon Prime spoiler for this episode is Matt tries to hide Mary's divorce from his parents. Like, if you're not already jumping out of your chair, I don't know.
Yeah.
The DVD description is Matt has to break the news to his parents that Mary and Carlos are divorcing. Eric helps with an important adoption, and Martin prepares for his dad's return. So I will say props to both of these things, the spoilie and the description, for skating over the most what the fuck moment that has maybe ever happened on this show. That happens at the end of this episode.
I know.
Like, it is as much as the whole Mary and Carlos news is what the fuck, and we'll get into it, believe me. the final moments of this episode
I know.
had me not only dropping my pen, but jumping out of my seat like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. I'm scared for Simon.
It's bonkers. I don't know how else to say
Kind of like how we said, like that bargaining thing.
Oof.
How are you going to make it out of this?
Your chickens have so come home to roost, little Simon. But also, okay, should we just get into that?
Yeah.
Let's
get into it.
So Simon
Comes home.
who we all know and love.
Yes.
Okay, having just made a deal with God in exchange for a clean bill of health about his STD scare. Comes home and has like 15 messages.
4.
Whatever, it's 15, okay?
Stop counting.
Don't fact check me. Has 15 messages on his answering machine from Rose, who, correct me if I'm wrong, we've never heard about or met before, right? Okay, so just another one of this string of floozies that he's fucking.
Clearly, it was after the day that he slept with that girl and said the STD, he became friends with this one.
Yeah, basically. He's already been with her. Like, they've already had sex.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we're led to believe.
That's what I think.
Yeah. So he's been with her since he's had his STD scare and not been tested. Like, that's some balls on you, Simon. Like, what the fuck? But this bitch is like, keeps calling him like, hey, Simon, why aren't you answering my calls? Are you at work? Oh, no, I just remembered you don't have work today. So call me. Why aren't you calling me? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like clearly perturbed.
Yeah.
But I think more so because now he's like reckoning with the fact that like he's promised God something. So he's like, oh shit, like what have I gotten myself into or whatever. So then she comes over and
wait a minute. How does she
Am I missing something?
No. How does she come over?
What?
She's at his place inside, sitting on his fucking bed.
When he comes in. Oh, I totally forgot about
this
that.
is why I called it fatal attraction. I'm so. Oh, I told the landlord that I'm your girlfriend. And
I mean, I am, aren't I?
Simon, cut and run.
Simon has to move.
Yeah.
He has no choice. Simon has to move. So he's like, oh, hey, yeah, like he does seem
No, he's
glad
into
to
it.
see her.
No,
Yeah.
he's into it. He likes her, but that is still scary.
Yeah, no, it's like sketch as fuck. So they're like, okay, they're like hot and heavy, right? But he won't have sex with her. And she won't let it go.
Yeah, she won't let it go.
Dude, I've never seen anything like this on television or movies before. Somebody who's like, just tell me why you won't fuck me. Please just tell me. What is it? Is it that you're married? Is it that you're sick? Like what? Like why won't you have sex with me? Because the difference between boyfriends and friends, as far as I'm concerned, is sex. And like, why won't you do it? And Simon's like, it's complicated. Like, kind of don't want to get into it. Like, I just can't have sex with you. And she keeps trying to be like, can't or won't.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, he said can't. Like, he said what he meant. Like, let it go, lady. Who the fuck are you? Like, it's so, ugh.
A lot of issues with this.
No, please.
A lot of issues with this. Oh, God damn it. I just don't like it. I don't like any of it. Again, her saying, but why? You won't or can't, blah, 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 all this stuff. I think it's kind of interesting, the fact that usually whenever you see this kind of storyline playing out, it's the female that won't have sex, that doesn't want to, and it's the guy that is trying to push
That's
for
like,
it, right?
oh, come on, baby.
Yeah, come on, baby. This one is saying, but why? It's like she's all demanding. Like, this isn't right.
She cannot wrap her head around a universe in which they are not having sex.
Yeah, and I'm just like, if you can't respect his wishes, and if he doesn't want that, if you don't like it, you don't have to stick around.
Thank you.
You don't have to stay here. You can bounce.
And he keeps telling her, like, I do like you. I do care about you. Like, I'm interested in you.
Yeah.
but I can't have sex with you. And rather than, to your point, if that's not good enough for her, leave. No one's forcing you to stay.
Yeah.
But rather than do that, she's just like hounding him.
And got in his place. Simon, you should be scared.
I know.
You should be scared.
I know. But that's why it's even crazier, okay, that after all of that business, okay, then at some point, because it's all a little bit jumbled in my head, but at some point she comes over, right? Like again, like this time she knocks, right? And he like has to let her in. And he does that whole like pull her in move, like to like shut her up. And then you're like, oh, well, he's going to have sex with her and he's going to like say screw it to his pact with God. But then again, we learned that they didn't have sex, that they just talked all night and whatever.
Had dinner, slow dance.
And yet again, she won't let it go. She's like, if I told anyone that I came here and we didn't have sex, they would not believe me. And I'm like, and then again, she's like, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? And he's like, I won't do it, whatever. Like, it's like 15 beats of the same conversation, really. I think that's also part of the problem is like, it's just fatigue from the audience perspective of like, okay, we get it. You know, you won't tell her. She's going to bug you about it. Like, move on. But that's why it's so fucking bonkers when at the end of 44 minutes of this cat and mouse game, okay, once again, he comes home. She's waiting outside his apartment. This time the landlord wasn't home to let her in. Okay?
Yeah, she says that.
Yeah. So she's waiting outside his apartment. And once again, she asks. And this time he just tells her. Like, this time he's like, I made a pact with God.
I made a pact with God. But that's like
so what? So it's not a big secret to you? What changed? What happened?
I have so many issues with this relationship because not only one, she can't let it go and move forward, whether that is moving on with him or not. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's one thing. Two, this weird, demented human uses the knowledge that she gains from Simon to use it to her advantage. Fuck that. 100% fuck that.
We need to play this clip because I genuinely believe it will, like, it can only speak for itself.
Okay.
Like, I don't even know how to talk about this without playing this clip.
No, play.
Let me ask you, do you see us together long term? Do you see us getting married as a possibility?
Yeah. Well, maybe someday.
So you might want to marry me?
Oh, yeah, it's a possibility.
Are you asking me to marry you?
No.
Well, are you?
What would you say if I did?
I guess I might say yes.
You really like me that much?
Yeah. Do you like me that much?
Yeah, I think I do.
I'm curious. If we were engaged, how would that affect your promise to God?
Well, being engaged is definitely a commitment.
Simon? Do you want to get married?
Don't play that fucking music.
I know.
Don't play that fucking music.
I know.
I'm sorry. This is disgusting to me. It's disgusting.
It's like infuriating in that way where you don't have an outlet. Like I don't know what else to do but scream right now.
No, I don't like any human being that behaves this way, that uses knowledge that they gain from you to use it against you.
And honestly, how fucking stupid is Simon right now?
Oh, I don't know, maybe. Like, bro, you don't be all romantic.
You really like me that much, huh? Bitch, she just wants to fuck you. Do you not hear it? Do you not see the writing on the wall right now, Simon? What? And mind you, he's willingly letting this happen. Like, he wants to fuck her just as bad. He's looking for the loophole. They're both a couple of morons, like, trying to find a loophole in this pact with God he's made.
Simon, you said you wanted to get married maybe in your 30s or 40s. You are still a baby.
And I wrote it down. I'm going to read it verbatim from my notes. I wrote, okay, so go ahead, Simon. Do the thing that you gave your brother and sister shit for doing.
Exactly.
The exact same shit.
Exactly.
Getting married ahead of time, ahead of schedule, just so you can fuck. Learn that lesson now, honey.
Yeah, this is just a bad recipe for disaster. But you know what?
I'm infuriated.
You know what the thing is? I want to see how this pans out if Brenda Hampton didn't write it. Because the
silly tea.
But like, you know what I mean?
No, I know.
It's not going to pan out the way that I think I would want it to.
It's not going to be some saccharine bullshit at the end of next episode.
I'm sorry. I don't know how you're going to convince me that this Rose person is a redeemable human being or even likable. I don't like her.
No. And honestly, too, if that's the path we're going to go down, if they're going to actually go through with this marriage thing just so that they can have sex, like, oh my God, I might lose my mind.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I might just plumb lose it.
Yeah. I don't want it to happen. God, I don't want it to happen.
But honestly, though, like any other, like how else do you come out of this? It's going to be super cheesy and it's going to be really annoying how they're going to unravel all this now. You know?
And Simon, bro, you are in such a vulnerable place right now. And someone pounced. Truly, someone pounced on your moment of vulnerability. And it sucks. Really sucks. This girl truly invaded, thrusted herself in your space. She's sitting on his bed.
Waiting for him for God knows how many hours.
And sitting there with her legs crossed going, hey, how you doing?
What's up?
And I'm like,
welcome home. Ugh.
This is Fatal Attraction. You run now. Thank God you don't have a bunny.
That's another movie for the list, by the way. I've never seen it.
No shit.
Yeah, it's...
Yep.
I don't know.
I know. I'm scared for Simon.
Yeah.
This is the bargain I was afraid of.
I think I've reached my max threshold of like irateness with this. Like at this point, like I don't know what more I can say.
Because I like Simon. I care about Simon.
I do too, man. I do
and
too.
This is not what I want him.
I know.
Like he already had an STD scare, and he was like messing around with so many people and not really getting emotionally intimate. I think that's the word. Like he's just being.
Yeah, he's not interested in relationships with anyone.
Right?
Clearly.
No, that's a total lie too. Because
you're right. He's like a serial monogamist or whatever.
And he fell in love with someone overnight, and then that was on a bye, and then that other girl, STD scare, cool, and then now this one. When did Rose fit in, and why did you pick a crazy one?
Okay, I think we're hitting on something here, which is that for all of Simon's big talk about how it's just sex and he's, it's not emotional. And I just like to have sex and I don't need marriage and right?
Yeah.
I think that his psychology, right? Like his, maybe it has to do with his upbringing and everything, but I think he does want to just have sex, and I think he is just interested in like one after the next kind of thing. But I think that he's like he has to tell himself that he loves these women to allow himself to still like to have sex with them. Like even though he's like it's there's no strings and it's like casual and whatever. Like I still think like subconsciously or whatever like. He has to be like, oh, I really care about you, like I really like you in order to like still go that level and like have sex with them. Yeah. That's what he said to every single one of these women we've seen him be with. Like I really like you. I really care about you. I think I'm falling in love with you. He said that to every single one.
I think, you're definitely onto something there because this is a guy that is definitely confusing sex with love.
Maybe.
Or he's putting the two together to make it okay in his mind or in his I don't know.
I think what I'm saying is like he doesn't know not to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think like he can't have sex without there being some emotional component.
God, that sounds so exhausting.
Yeah.
That sounds so exhausting.
It is. It is very exhausting.
Like emotionally like
It's a fucking roller coaster. This last year of his life, or maybe how long has it been since he left for college? 2 years?
About, right?
Yeah, it was
like season 8, he wasn't
right.
here.
So like these last 2 years of his life have just been like turmoil, man. Like, and I get it, you know, like he's young. This is the moment where it's turmoil, you know. He's like 20. Like I get it.
A bunch of questions.
Yeah. Like like in many ways he's very like normal. You know, like it's a very normal path, you know. But it's just that like he's not handling it well because he's making bad decisions. He's getting himself entangled in these crazy things that are like he's so out of his depth, man. And this bitch is like light years ahead of him, and he has no idea the kind of fire he's playing with right now.
That's the part that worries me the most. Really, really scary because like this is oh man, a girl like this. A person like this to use your personal life, your issues, whatever, to her advantage.
Yeah.
Run. And such a not shame. It's so sad that you don't see it. So sad that you don't see it.
I know.
I'm so curious. Like this one, I'm really curious about. Anyone that is listening, please tell me, what was your first reaction meeting Rose as a character?
Oof, yeah.
I'm really curious. Because
I want to know.
Are we crazy to feel that? Because my initial reaction was cut and run. This one's crazy. I'm curious to know if anybody thought, oh, this is cool, or this is cute, or this is sweet. Or did they think, oh, hell no, Simon, you have lost your mind. What are you doing? This one, I'm really... Cheryl, come at me. Come at me.
Cheryl, Tennessee, Bruce, we're looking at you, folks.
Come at me. I really want to know what you guys think about this. Yeah. This is a fun topic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's not much more to say about this storyline at this point. You know, clearly the dominoes that have been set up will get knocked down in part 2.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's oof, magoof.
And her big ass smile. I'm not commenting about like her looks. It's just like when someone smiles that big, I'm like, I should be scared. I should be scared.
It's like clownish. And everyone knows clowns are scary.
Just Simon, he's just really in a vulnerable place. He really is like a little puppy.
Is he though?
I think so. Because even listen to how
he's like so non-committal. Oh, maybe, yeah.
But also listen to his voice. His voice is soft. There is no like Simon. You know when Simon is gonna lay down the law, even to Eric, that projection in his voice is not there, right. And he's constantly leaning into this person. Like he's just showing, I want you. You
know what it is? He's vulnerable. Period. Right. It has nothing to do with her. She just happens to be the flavor of the month right now,
and is there,
and is the person who's going to capitalize on it and take advantage of it, and all these things. So it's like this confluence of like bad things happening at once that like shouldn't be happening and
should never be happening.
It's bad. Okay, so let's move on
to
I don't know. Where do you go from there? Oh, fuck me. Okay, let's talk about Ruthie. Let's get into Ruthie's whole deal.
Ruthie.
I do want to talk about this because and this is another one that's a little touchy because listen, I don't want to speak from you, but I'm on Ruthie's side 100%, no matter what. Like, Ruthie's the one I'm rooting for. You know what I mean?
Always.
I'm also certainly rooting for a Ruthie Martin situation. Yeah. Okay. But, like, more than anything, I want Ruthie to win. I want Ruthie to be happy and all those things. So, she's in this relationship. She's back with Vincent.
Yeah.
Vincent is done.
Vincent is done.
Vincent is itching to get out because he's going to Hawaii over the summer. Yeah. And he wants to keep his options open.
I'm gonna point something out, which is it's just, I guess, food for thought kind of thing. When your guy or your girl is holding back,
okay,
emotionally, you know it's coming to an end. When there is a distance, you feel it. So is this punk giving her all the feels, and then he's like, I'm a cut and run? Do you get what I'm saying?
Wait, describe exactly what you're talking about, because at what point does he give her all the feels?
I don't know, because she's like, oh, forever. And and this guy is willing to cut and run. Like, he's done with it. They even go out on a date and she's still happy. She's over the moon.
No, see, I think that's just Ruthie being...
Lying to herself again?
No, I don't even know if that's it. Maybe a little bit. But I think that's just Ruthie's, like, inexperience. And I think it's Ruthie's, like, genuine love for Vincent. Or, maybe love's a strong word, but, like,
she's really happy.
She really likes him and, like, really wants to be with him. And I think that she's a little blind.
I think so,
to the
too.
signs, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't think that he's like gaslighting her and like being all into her and then behind closed doors is like, get me out of here. I don't, because he's, he doesn't want to kiss her and all those things that I think she's just not reading the writing on the wall,
I have to admit, though, I liked how Martin handled it the first time with Vincent.
Where he's like, get yourself out of this mess. I don't give a shit.
No, besides that, he's like, I'm not getting involved, and he just hangs up on him.
Yeah.
He is taking himself out of the equation. I was like, good on you.
Yes.
And then this fucker shows up at his garage apartment.
Look, you say she's like a sister to you. Do you want to see your sister hurt and crying again?
Barf.
I don't want to upset her. Okay, I care about her.
But not enough to date her.
I met somebody else.
Liar.
I could meet somebody else.
That's what I thought.
Because, look, I'm spending the summer in Hawaii with my grandparents. And I guess to meet someone else in Hawaii, I need to not be dating Ruthie here. So, will you help me?
No. But, against my better judgment, I will help Ruthie. Although I don't know how I'm going to get her to break up with you. She really likes you.
Just point out my bad qualities.
You really want to do this? Again?
Yeah, I do.
You should go now, because the urge to hit you is growing stronger.
I love him so much. I think this whole thing, though, speaks to a bigger issue when it comes to, like, teens and dating and stuff. Like, these people are 15 and 16 years old.
I know.
And they're acting as if they've committed to each other for life. And, like, and he has to break up with her just so that he can have the option of dating or meeting people in Hawaii. Like, it would be such a betrayal and a cheating on Ruthie if he were to meet people in Hawaii. It's like they take themselves way too seriously.
But didn't you when you were 15?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the bigger problem, right? Is like when you're that age, everything is life and death. Everything is the biggest stakes of your life. Like,
but it really is, though. Your world.
Yeah,
that's your world.
Because your world is so small.
Yeah.
I know. And that's the problem, is it's like, just with a little bit of perspective, this would not be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to be 30 years old watching 16-year-olds talking about this shit where you're like, oh, you idiots. Like, you know?
You know nothing.
You know, it's like, rather, I shouldn't say it's hard to watch it. It's just hard to, like, sympathize or, you know. But yeah, really, he's just a 16-year-old who wants to obviously meet girls and hang out in Hawaii if he's going to go, you know, and he feels like he needs to break up with Ruthie to do that. And probably he's never really even given a shit about her, let's face it, because he was ready to end things with her a month ago or whatever, you know. And
he was persuaded to date her in the beginning.
That's right. In the first place, it wasn't his idea to be with her, you know. So, yeah, it's like, it's just sad. And poor little Ruthie now has to deal with this. Like, and Martin has to deal with it. And
Martin just trying to tell her all the issues.
I know.
Well, is basically speaking ill of Vincent.
Yeah.
To Ruthie at the promenade. Mm-hmm. But how does Ruthie take it?
Not how you think.
No.
She runs to Vincent and tells him, so I think Martin really likes me. And I think he thinks that now that he's moving out, like, you know, things can change. And you need to go tell him that we're really solid so that he can stop thinking about me that way.
But Ruthie, you also told Vincent like a couple episodes
that
ago.
You know he likes you.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, but I think he really likes me now. And I mean, it's like, she's not wrong, but It's so funny that now Vincent is in exactly the position he doesn't want to be in.
Vincent's face is perfect. He's like, shit.
Yeah, it's really like his inner monologue is like,
I fucked this up even more. I am curious to see how.
It's a fucking farce, dude. It's like the perfect comedy of errors. You know, it's like Shakespearean almost in how all of this is going to play out.
I'm actually curious now to
Me
see
too.
this fall.
It's a little exciting to see how Vincent's going to get himself out of this, how Martin's going to get himself out of this. And then Ruthie's going to end up the most heartbroken and have to pick up her own pieces in the end.
Yeah, because Martin, why did you agree?
Why couldn't he just...
Martin should have just said, you go and you do it. I'm not doing your bid.
Or if Martin felt like compelled, right, to get involved, why couldn't he just be the bearer of bad news and go, listen, Vincent doesn't want to be with you anymore? Why not just do that?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to hurt Ruthie either.
No. But he's not hurting Ruthie. Vincent's hurting Ruthie. Don't shoot the messenger.
Because, like, even Ruthie and Martin in the beginning of this episode, while she's helping him pack away his stuff to move out. And
it's going to be weird not having you around here anymore.
Yeah, I'm just going across the street. Yeah, but...
my heart. I love Ruthie so much. I know.
Fine.
Oh my God, let's talk about the twins, though.
What do those little shits do?
These little shits are like pissed at Annie.
How dare you, mother?
They are like legit pissed at her.
You moved everybody out of here.
We thought everybody left because they wanted to, but it's you that made them leave. We want our brothers and sisters back.
And she's like, but he'll want to leave me too. But whatever. No, we're going to stay forever like Lucy.
When Martin's like, hey guys, what's up? And they're like, we're not talking to you.
Oh, dude, seriously. That was really cute. Them being heartbroken that Martin is moving.
It was really cute.
It was.
They're so like, they're feeling it, you know, like they're bearing the brunt of it all because everyone's leaving and moving on, you know, and they're not. And I love that Annie has to be like, believe it or not, like you guys will want to leave too at some point, you know, and they're like, we're never going to leave.
Yeah. She's like, that's sweet. You better.
You little shits. Imagine two of them though. Imagine fully grown twins, like hanging out.
Like, I can't imagine. My cousin has twins. Oh my God. They are fucking fire.
Yeah.
They're such...
What is it about twins? You think it's the twinness or just the fact that there's two of them?
Honestly, it's because they feed off of each other.
But that could just be because there's two of them, right?
But
not because they're twins.
No, not because they're twins. But like, there's something about the bond. I think like the fact that they are each other's partner in crime. You know, and so if one fuels something and the other one like adds the fire, this one does this, the other one, like they are yin and yang. I really think that's true. And apparently like my cousin, her twins, they bond with the teacher. They go up to the teacher to have a conversation and then they continue on with their class. It's crazy. And they are fucking fire. And these kids are fire too in their own way. The fact
twins?
That, these two are like sassing, like, they ignore their mom. Yeah. Poor Annie, dude.
Oh my God, I know. She's like, we can go to the store, we can go to the party. They're like, no thanks.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to hang out with you. I can only imagine SMO. She's like,
I know.
It's one thing to have one kid to do that, but to have both of them, she's like,
and
shit.
Also, like, those are her babies, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and they're just like so anti-Annie today.
Yeah.
Like, they're just not having it.
I can only imagine as a mom, like, what do you mean you don't want me?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Lucy and Kevin, and they're finally ready to move out, except they're not because they still haven't found a fucking house. Okay, again, I'm over it. It's getting old. This time, for the first time, it feels real. It feels like they're really going to do something about it.
Yeah, Kevin, as frustrated as you are, Kevin is just as frustrated. He's at your level.
And Lucy, though, again is like, okay, but hold on. I want to take the reins this time because last time you got to do everything and I want to do everything this time. But then she goes and gets herself all busy and sidetracked and doesn't call the realtor when she said she would.
Yeah.
And finally, Annie gets mad at her. Annie's like, Luce, you didn't call. What is your fucking plan here? Like, what are you guys doing? And she gets mad, but also like gets sad for her a little bit. Remember when she's like, you guys need to get out of here.
She's right.
Space. Like, you don't, like, it feels okay right now, but something like this small can blow up and like really,
it's true,
put a wedge in your marriage.
Lucy, grow up.
I know.
Grow up.
Really, grow a pair too.
Just grow up.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's going to be weird. You're used to having your mom and dad around. You're used to it. Grow up. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly it. She does need to just have that wake up call of like, oh no, I do need to put all my eggs in my marriage family basket.
Let go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
That's it. And just ride that fucking crazy wave.
And I think at the end of this episode too, like they did, right? They do call. They're like they went to visit some houses. They're looking at
paperwork,
things.
and she's
not loving any of them. She's got an excuse for all of them.
Yeah,
like them.
yeah.
This one's too small. This one's too big. The backyard's too small. There's not enough light.
Yeah, exactly. All those things, and I'm just like,
this one's in the wrong school district.
You know, here's the thing. You might not find your perfect home your first run.
It's your fucking starter home. Except they already have a kid. See, that's the difference.
Yeah, I know.
It's one thing if there were just the two of them, they could go anywhere.
Again.
But they've already started their family, so they're kind of looking for a
You can afford any
home.
house.
That's true.
Which is beautiful. You have that in your pocket. Move out in a damn apartment.
Oh, man. Ugh, I know.
2-bedroom. Call it a day.
I know. It's really fucking crazy.
Yes, you're throwing money, whatever everybody says about rent. Okay, that's fine. But dude, this is your family.
But see, it was also the early 2000s where you got married, you bought a house. That was how you did it. You know what I mean? You got a house when you had a family. Yeah. You know?
But, oh man, I don't know.
Cut to 13 years later, you're lucky to get 2 square feet to yourself.
Seriously, God, I need them to move out because I'm tired of this story. Me Enough. Too. You've dragged it for 2 seasons.
I genuinely believe, though, that come next episode, come the end of the season, they will have a fucking house and be gone. Like, at this point, if you keep dragging this shit out past the season, like, got some problems, my friend.
Go in the garbage.
Yeah. That's really it for them, right?
Yeah. And I appreciate Kevin's frustration in this episode.
Yeah, he really is. He's kind of like done.
I don't blame him. I appreciate the frustration because I believe it.
Yeah.
I kind of believe it.
They don't have closet space. They're living on top of each other.
Yeah.
They don't have any privacy.
I'm just frustrated with how Lucy doesn't see it.
I know.
Like she doesn't. It's almost like there's no compassion or empathy to the fact that this guy is just like, enough. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
I know. I mean, I get it too. Like, you know, his job is obviously very high stress as well. Like, I'm sure he'd love nothing more than just to come home and like kick off his shoes and like, you know, sit there. Like, and he can't really do that here, you know, because of the responsibilities and, you know. And
yep.
I don't know. It's all just, it's a shitty situation. They need to get themselves out of there.
Yeah, man.
The sooner the better. Meanwhile.
With who?
Well, the only remaining storyline.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah.
And Mary. And Carlos and Charlie.
Okay. This storyline just goes from bad to worse.
But they do play 20 questions.
That's true. They do that.
The only joy in that.
It was a cute little moment between the two of them. And it wasn't even a cute little moment, but it felt very real. Like
it felt real, and also their cuteness of how they deal with it just got a little harder.
I really just enjoyed that dynamic of Eric being like, spit it out, Matt. What's going, and like Matt's like, and just all of that back and forth. And those two have always been really good together. I'll say that. Eric and Matt on the screen together is very enjoyable to watch.
And I will say, Dad, I got Paige. You're lying. Maybe, but I can't deal with you right now. I loved it. I loved it so much.
It was really, that moment stood out for sure in this episode.
I have a note here in whatever, my notebook.
In my notebook
about Matt, like, yay, Matt. And my, like, I wrote that in my head. I went, oh no. Because lately in this season, anything that goes wrong with one of the siblings in the
Matt's
household,
involved.
Matt is involved. And I was like, yay, Matt. Whoa.
Well, especially because he's in New York too. So that always, leads to some tension. So, he's gotten a series of calls from Carlos.
Yeah.
And at first he's like excited. He's like, oh, my brother-in-law called. And he's like, I still hope he's my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Or I hope he's still my brother-in-law. And so, yeah, dude, he and Carlos meet up. So there's two Matt and Carlos scenes, right?
Yeah, there's two.
The first one is
pick up Mary's
Carlos.
Shit.
Yeah, Carlos is moving out because he and Mary have filed for divorce, and it's official, and she's not here.
Yeah.
We learn that she went to London for a time.
Yeah.
And now she's living in Chicago for her job or whatever. And Carlos is going to move back to Puerto Rico. And then they don't tell us exactly what the deal is, but you get the sense that Charlie's going with him.
Yeah.
So Carlos basically tells Matt, like, he needs to tell the Camdens, like, he needs to tell Eric and Annie, because it was Mary's responsibility to, and she refused to. And it's his family, like, it's Matt's family.
Yeah.
It's their family, and he's not going to be the one to tell them all that. And I get it. I get Carlos in that sense. Like, at this point, he's no longer tied to that family, I mean, of course, the kid, but it's like, so he puts it on Matt. And then, of course, that scene between Matt and Eric and him being unable to break the news. So then we get another scene with Matt and Carlos. And this one is just, it's heart-wrenching. We'll listen to it.
There must be something I can do, or you can do, or my family can do to stop this divorce.
There isn't anything anyone can do.
I don't think this is what you want.
This has never been about what I want. Mary is the one who left me. She's the one that moved to London. She's the one that doesn't want to be married. She's the one that doesn't want to be a mom. Okay? So don't blame me because I'm just an idiot who fell in love with her and married her and wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. I have done everything I can, and I've waited longer than most would have waited. Mary wants what she wants. And apparently she doesn't want me or Charlie anymore.
I'm sorry. It's just that this is not how we were raised. We don't run away from responsibility.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, too. I want to yell at Mary, not you.
Yeah, maybe I could talk to Mary. She listens to me sometimes.
And what would you say to her? Grow up. Be responsible. Be an adult. Hey, be a mother. Honor your wedding vows. She won't listen to me. She won't listen to anyone.
Yeah.
The emotion is so palpable here. Like, honestly, props to Carlos here.
Yeah. I have something funny to add.
Okay.
Did his accent get better? Not gonna lie.
I don't know if it got better. It's like you can still hear it.
No, you can still hear it, but it's not as crazy as it was before.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know. I felt for Carlos.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can really feel it from him. Like his like, he's fed up, he's angry, he's exhausted.
Yeah.
He's at his wit's end. And then we learn that Mary has signed away her parental rights to Charlie. What?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I couldn't believe that, dude.
Why couldn't you have just left them married and not bring Carlos the actor anymore?
I don't know.
I'm not kidding.
Okay, so yes.
What they need one bad egg? Is that what it is?
It's funny because I think I got lost in all of the emotion and forgot that this is all just a bunch of decisions in a writer's room that didn't have to be made.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, why even bring Mary up anymore at all ever? Like, none of this matters. Like, but yeah, I mean, I guess in a weird way, like, Mary's this character that still exists in the world of the show. You just don't see her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but she's still very much a part of the fabric of the show, the character anyway. So I guess it serves the purpose of, like, you know, we haven't forgotten about Mary the character. She's going to have a storyline, you know, and it just happens to be a shitty one. Or it's not even a shitty storyline. In fact, in many ways, it's pretty much the most interesting thing that's ever happened on the show, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, like, certainly it's not like this, like, soap opera storyline. This happens all the time, like, in real life. You know what I mean? Like, it's very real for many people, you know? So I suppose it's worth telling in that regard.
Poor Carlos.
But yeah, it's awful. And I just, when Matt says, like, this isn't how we were raised, like, what the fuck, you know? Like, I feel that, man. Like, it's so weird to think that Mary that we know, the Mary that we've seen and, you know, whatever, like, that Mary had a kid, forget marriage, whatever, but had a kid and has signed away her rights to that kid. I that just breaks me, dude. Like, I don't know.
Oh, and like to hear Lucy, like, even tell Annie, like, yeah, I know Mary has her problems, but she's gonna come back.
Yeah,
to
like she'll come back to normal. Like, she'll know what to do or the right thing to do. And it's like, oh, honey, you don't even know. It's very hard.
Unfortunately, maybe her story would kick Lucy into high gear to make.
Yeah, to jump on it. I know, because when Annie says all that to Lucy, like, about, like, save your marriage, she doesn't even know at that point about Mary and stuff. We do.
Doesn't.
We, the audience, do, but she doesn't.
No.
Because
don't.
Matt hasn't told Eric yet. And there is that funny moment of, like, Matt tells Eric all that, and he's like, it gets worse. And Eric's like, what? And he's like, you have to tell Mom.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't see Annie taking this
I
well.
can't see her handling it well.
She's gonna want to talk to Mary. She's gonna want to reach out. She's imagine the fact that they're never gonna see their grandkid again. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, that's not
the only way they can is if they decide as a family.
Yeah, if Carlos
Mary,
is
to keep
cool.
ties with Carlos.
Yeah. Which, I mean, of course, I think Carlos will be cool. Like, I can't see Carlos being, it's not your kid anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's not what he wanted. It's not like he asked Mary to sign away her rights. You know, like, it's just a mess. What a mess. I don't know.
Interesting.
Doesn't make me feel good. That's for damn sure.
It's kind of interesting. Why would the show go this route with this character? A character that doesn't exist anymore. But why?
Because it's interesting, you know? Because it's drama.
So why not just bring in some heartache?
It's easy to shit on that character because she's not there. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna give this drama to any character, it makes sense to have it be the one you don't have to write for.
And you can't defend.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk. This is also just, like, on the side of all of this Camden drama. Meanwhile,
what's happening?
Cecilia's dad's back.
Oh yeah, George.
I did like him in this episode.
I did too.
He had a place in my heart.
Poor George. He went through the exact same shit that Eric did.
Okay, I did not recognize that little boy at first.
Oh.
So I had no clue what was happening.
No, oh, really?
Or what was coming.
When he said, I know the perfect little boy, I was like, no.
No, see, I did not think of it at all. It didn't occur to me until Danny said, oh, like, my sisters. And I was like, wait, No. Oh my God. Of course it's them. Like, and then of course, you know, but yeah, like I totally didn't register with me. So basically, like George, we find out he and his wife went through that whole foster program. They got licensed, and now they're ready to foster with a view to adoption. Like they want to foster to adopt. And so, and they're looking for a little boy, not like a baby, but like, you know, like a whatever. So Eric's like, I know just the one, introduces him to Danny. Danny's all gung-ho. Like the minute he meets George, he's like, can we go to your house? Is that where I'm going to live? Can I get my stuff? Like, let's go. And George is like, let's like eat lunch first. Like, calm down. Like, I like you, but relax, you know? So they go to the movie and Danny's like, I didn't really like that movie. He's like, why not just say that? And he's like, well, I didn't want to like hurt my chances. You know?
But even Danny, the way he says, he's like, does she drink? Like, because he hasn't met
yeah, because
Gwen.
you haven't even met Gwen yet.
Yeah. He's like, does she drink? No. All right, I think I'll like her.
Oh, I know.
That his standards are that low.
Well, because of his mama.
I know.
Yeah, so anyway, so George is like, cool. And then Danny's like, what about my sisters? And he's like, your sister? Yeah, she lives in a different home because she's in a wheelchair. So then they go meet her. And so she's like, oh, cool. Like, when do I get to come? You know, she's like, it's like a done deal, right? And George is like, oh, okay. And then they're like, what? Oh, and like Meredith is going to come too, right?
They're like, Meredith is a dog, right? Like, he's having a heart attack.
And so then they meet Meredith, and Meredith is just as chatty Cathy as she was the first time we met her.
I know.
She won't shut up. And George is like, okay. And then Meredith brings up their other sister, Christina or whatever.
She likes to come home every other week. Or weekend.
But now that we have a real home, she'll come home every weekend. And like, that's cool, right? And George is like, what the fuck? So he goes to Eric. He's like, you conned me, dude.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
What the fuck?
And when he said you're a grifter, I was like, no, did we not bring up this term again?
It's so good. I didn't expect this from a priest, but here you are.
It was awesome.
It was great. And Eric's like, yeah, kind of did do that, didn't I?
Yeah.
So Eric's like, okay, well, I got you into this mess, so why don't I help you break the news to Danny that you're only going to take him and not his sisters. So they sit down. I think it's with all of them, right?
Yeah, with all of them.
Yeah,
at Eric's church.
Yeah. So they're sitting down with all of them. George is sitting there and he's talking to all of them and he's like, Danny, like, listen, like, we still really want you. Like, we're not equipped to take all of you.
Yeah.
You know, like, we can't do that. But we do really want you, and like, we hope that's okay. And of course you guys are welcome to like visit and, you know, whatever, and we'll come visit you and stuff. But whatever. So then Danny's like, that's okay. Like, yeah, that's a cool, whatever. Like, he's like, that's cool. And then the sisters are like, yeah, that's okay. And then George is like, no, it's not. You're all coming.
It's not okay.
Poor little George. He's like, now let's go meet my wife because she doesn't know any of this.
Yeah, this is a very big surprise for her.
Oh my gosh, like what a nightmare. But then, oh my God, then at the end of the episode, holy shit, we learn that Mackenzie Phillips, who, if I think we might see her again maybe in the next episode if she's gonna come back, I don't know, but we learn that the mom has heard about all of this and all of a sudden like maybe wants her rights back or something, right? Like she's just not happy about the fact that they're all going to be adopted or something.
You said they're resilient. They don't need you.
You signed your rights away, honey. Remember when you did that? Remember when you decided that your drug habit was more important than they were? So now what?
So heartbreaking.
I know.
Why would you do that to those kids?
I know. They just want a home.
Like, forget it's, you know, like, rule out the option. Those are the children that came from you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. But no emotional ties or anything at all. Those are still innocent children. I don't give a shit if they came from you. How dare you do that to any innocent child?
Yeah.
Or why?
I know. What, like, now you want them back, or now you want to like contest their right to adopt them or whatever? Like, to what end? Are you equipped to care for them? Like, what are you going to do for them?
Yeah.
It's, ugh, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know how that's going to resolve. Like, I can't see a happy ending with their mom in that situation. I don't know. Is it going to be some long legal battle? Which that sucks too, because then the kids are in limbo that whole time. Like, what? Why do we do this? Why do we play games with children like this? I just don't understand. I don't know. It's because people have children when they shouldn't be having children. Bottom line.
You know how like foster care parents need to have a license?
Yeah, really. Mm-hmm. What does that tell you about the state of parenthood?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's that.
That's that. Basically, we're going to wait to see about this marriage between Simon and Rose. Or engagement, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. We're going to wait and see what happens with Ruthie and Vincent and Martin.
And let's see what happens with Annie getting the news.
Yes.
About
Mary.
And now George. Mm-hmm. What battle he has to go through to bring these kids into his home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we get everybody? Like, because Matt is fine, other than delivering. Oh the bad news.
Matt's fine. I mean, certainly they didn't set anything up for Matt in this episode. Who knows? But yeah.
And I mean, this episode did end with "to be continued."
It sure did. I mean, we know that.
I know.
Mi Familia part 2 is coming.
The fact that it said part 1, you're like, shit. You're in for a rude awakening, folks. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Lucy and Kevin, are they going to have a house? I don't know. No. I don't care. Go live in the backyard again.
Except I care to the extent that, like, I need it to be over. You know what I mean? Like, I care. God.
Martin's moving out of the garage apartment. Martin is moving out of the garage apartment. What does this mean?
I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop, though, because
if Daddy might not show up in time.
Martin's going to be in the rest of the series.
Yeah.
There's got to be an explanation for it.
Yeah,
right?
Is Papa coming back?
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that goes down.
Wait, would they do that to Martin twice? Sorry.
Well, I mean, maybe it won't be as nefarious as all that, right? Maybe some circumstances will result in Martin continuing to live with the Camdens.
Does that mean Wade Newton?
He and his dad continuing to live in the garage apartment, or I don't know.
Does that mean Wade Newton's going to drop out? Again?
Imagine.
Dark as shame.
Imagine they're like, okay, let's bring everyone back. Oh, man. Let's rate this episode.
Oh, shit. You go first?
Okay.
I'll
go first. I'm going to give this episode 2 thumbs up.
I think I'm with you.
There's a lot of drama here,
There's a lot of crazy.
And I'm excited about it.
Which wasn't necessarily bad.
Yeah, no. I think execution-wise, for the first time,
not bad.
Like, pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pretty decente.
Yeah.
I don't love everybody and everything, but I can't find fault in the episode.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm with you.
I think well-paced, dispersed in terms of the storylines. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for what comes next for everyone.
What comes next? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm here for it. All right. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs way up.
What are we, horses? Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Social media, email, patreon.com. You know the deal. Until next time, where we cover our finale.
The finale.
Bye.
Pray for Simon.